Hello, I'm Freeman Hrabowski, and I'm delighted to welcome you here today. We are excited about this celebration. We are actually celebrating the service given by a lot of incredible people, our colleagues here, people who have actually completed 30 years of service. For that group, congratulations. The fact is, when you put all of you together, you've actually given this university and this state of Maryland almost 500 years of service. That should make you feel really good about what you've done, perhaps a little old, and that's a good thing. I want you to think about your stories, all of you who are hearing me right now. You're getting ready to hear from 8 of our colleagues. There's something about stories that will inspire people, and they'll remember those stories for a long time. I heard a great story this morning from a young graduate of UMBC who works here, who said something very interesting. She said, you know, for years I have been thinking about the fact that I love UMBC, but I had one foot inside of the university and one foot out the door. And you know what that means when you're working for that next move. She said, but somehow as I've come to appreciate the values of this place, I now feel solidly planted here at the university. It's nothing more special than to hear that people want to be here, that they believe in this place, that they have the values we hold, and that they plan to continue to serve as all of you have. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
I came to UMBC originally in 1973. The difference at UMBC between 1973 and 2011 is night and day. UMBC, in those days, I didn't feel like even knew who we were. We didn't have a clear vision, I don't think. It was a very young place, and there just wasn't the same environment that there is now. I think I'm the proudest of something more recent, which was the Maryland Charity Campaign. I was the lead coordinator for the campaign last year. We made our goal, and I think we ran a really friendly and supportive campaign. I was very proud of the fact that we met the goal, and I think we did a good job with the campaign itself. The difference is now, I think that leadership really truly does care about the employees and the students. I think our student body is phenomenal. To maintain excellence, I think that people are going to need to continue to learn to keep up with this incredible technological world that we've become. It's very challenging in the future to stay on top of the things that are happening globally. I'm glad that our students are going out in the world to help solve these problems. I think they're very well prepared to do so. I hope that I've been a friendly and collegial person to work with. I know a lot of people across campus, and I've certainly enjoyed getting to know them. Maintain a sense of humor is my advice to people currently. It's very easy to get caught up in the day-to-day problems and deadlines and the hectic pace of life. And I think if you maintain a sense of humor, you can deal with those things a whole lot better.
When I came to UMBC, it was like a door was open, whereas the previous supervisors I had, they kept things close to the vest, you know, and I didn't feel like I was growing or would be able to grow. They had me pegged in this little box. But when I came to UMBC, I was, I could say, fortunate to have supervisors who saw something in me. They allowed me to grow. They nurtured me. They mentored me. They shared their professional knowledge so that I would be able to grow and be a good representative for the Human Resources Department. Being part of the UMBC community, that family-friendly atmosphere just pervades throughout the campus. For me, that work-life balance was key, the flexible work schedules, and also that work-life balance where I could do my job but also go to school. And I finished my education here at UMBC. I'm an alumna, and that was a really important thing for me. And so from a personal and professional perspective, that family piece. I've got my personal family, my husband and my 2 children, my 15 brothers and sisters, and I've got my HR family, and I've got my UMBC community family.
As I think back to how education has changed my life, I just realize how much it meant to me back in that first semester that a few faculty members, one in particular, John Starr, who passed away a few years ago, him reaching out to me and taking an interest in my success really encouraged me to persevere and stay at UMBC. And all the things that have come forth in my life around blessings, such as my wonderful wife, my great kids, really have been a result of ultimately completing college. And so when I think about my career here, I've been blessed in that I've had 3 incredible mentors. I had Bill Scott early in my career, and Bill taught the power that while we were in information technology, it wasn't about technology, it was about people. The second mentor that I had was Tom Roth, and Tom Roth came forward and said, "You're doing excellent things, but prove that you're excellent in comparison to all of higher education." And then lastly, of course, is Freeman. Getting the last 10 years to be able to work with Freeman has really been a lesson in leadership. I really take pride in trying to work with student employees. In challenging them, I see how they really grow as individuals. I think that one of the gifts that I want to give is really the idea of it's important to think of UMBC as a community. The thing that I recommend up front for anyone is getting involved in UMBC and looking at this more than just a 9-to-5 job, but a community that you're engaging with.
I came to UMBC and you felt the energy of the students right away, and it's just part of a big family. And the people working here, I don't think they're working necessarily for the money as much as they're working to be part of the community. And that's the way it is with me. I'm real happy. I just love the campus and the people and the students. Before this, I came from UMAB. I was working in psychiatry, so it was a real easy transition to go into the visual arts department, because as we all know, the artists are very special. And I learned, I was already well equipped to adapt to them. They're just a special group. They're fun and unique. So that was a lot of fun with that. And of course, the students we get there too are just really special. Since I've been here, I was one of the first employees of the month. Oh, the Classified Staff Senate. I ran for that and got it for 2 years, but I can't remember which year it was, but I was there for 2 years as a senator. And then the President's Commission on Women. I was with them since 2006, and then I became co-chair. I'm proud of all the mentoring that we did for the Women's Commission, and I met so many really wonderful women on campus. That's my main advice for everybody. Just get involved. Smile at somebody. Take part. Join an association. Go to the gym. There's millions of ways to do it here, and you shouldn't just be sitting there by yourself. This has been my major social interaction in my life, really. So work has been one of the biggest things, work and family. I just really enjoy the people, the community, you know, the sense of family that's here.
It's nice at the end of the day to feel like somehow I did contribute to the common good and just worked with a group of really great people with some really great programs. It's been a fun ride. I mean, I pretty much grew up in the UMBC community. I've made many lifetime friends, and I'm proud to have started out as a typist clerk and been able to move up to manager of business and technology services, and to work in the Schreiber Center in itself carries quite a bit of pride. I think it was 1984 when Mark Schreiber came to campus with Dr. Martello and started the CHOICE program, which is a juvenile delinquency prevention program. And it's 24-hour case management, very intensive program. And that program still continues and has proven itself time and time again. So it's just really good programs that give you a sense of pride. They instill a sense of service and just make you feel good that, like I said, you're contributing to the common good and also bringing good, positive attention to the university. I work with a great group of people. They're all very talented, committed folks that really give of themselves every day.
I think I'm most proud of my ability to grow as a person and adapt to change. You know, given where I work in the events office, change is inevitable and constant. And I love watching people's vision, I guess, come to fruition from beginning to end, and knowing that I contributed to part of that. Well, I think my main contribution is probably the ability to streamline the process so that they only have one place to go to make something happen. Doing what I do, I have the chance to work with a lot of people. So I strive on building those relationships and getting to know the people, not just as the person in their job. Well, I would hope they would say Dreama, she was an inspiration. You know, the go-to person, the person who we could always count on to make something happen. Get to know your colleagues, your coworkers, join committees. And by getting to know, I don't mean just, hey, how you doing? You know who somebody's name is. I mean, get to know them. Know who they are, know who their families are. It's become more of a tight-knit group of people who are willing to support one another to make something happen. You know, in that aspect, I think we've become closer as a community than where we were when I first started. So I think that's kind of cool.
Well, I'm reflecting over my years of being at UMBC, and I came to UMBC to take this position as a faculty member in the fall of 1971. So I've been here rather a long time. And what led to the choice of UMBC clearly were the people who were here and the opportunity to join that group of people in, again, an early stage in the university's development. So in a lot of ways, UMBC is my community. I think what keeps myself and others at UMBC is that UMBC itself was evolving over the course of that time. And so there were opportunities to be intimately involved in the development of programs in the department, in the development of the policies and procedures that UMBC would be governed by. And so everybody really could be involved in an integral and central way in how the university was going to go forward. It's hard for me to point to particular people. There certainly were individuals who took leadership roles, but I think it was really a community effort in that way. And part of what I think in a certain way makes UMBC a particularly engaging and dynamic and effective institution. So it's not that there's some one individual who's moving this ship in the good directions, but a whole crew with a variety of talents and capabilities, and that's really what makes it happen. I think we've always felt we were a secret kept from the public in the Baltimore and greater Maryland area, and I think the secret's out.
Honestly, I'm most proud of being a state employee, a type of security that you have. And actually, I like the idea of walking around with my UMBC sweatshirt on. And people actually stop you and ask you, you know, oh, do you work there? Do you go there? And then I get to tell my little story about working with the state. I feel like we're kind of like a melting pot of people here on campus. There's students from all over the country. There's people that are faculty, staff, all of them are all from all over the world. And they all are here. They all come here, but we're all like one big family. We've got researchers and policy analysts, and they're trying to work with the healthcare reform. And it's just very interesting watching them pull the data and stuff and seeing how all this comes together. And it's back to that teamwork again. Even though I'm in accounting, they still need me. They need us to get their equipment, to get extra people that they need for consultants. So you are needed, but I'm warm and fuzzy now on the policy side of the healthcare. So it's still a family again, back to families.